Welcome, Cancer. This is Regina, Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Virgo reading. This is for March 7th, when the full moon will be in sync with Saturn moving into Pisces. So we'll talk about that a little bit more as we go through this horoscope spread, and I can talk about the areas of your life that are being activated by this lunation. I thank you for your presence. Let's get started with Cancer's overall energy for the full moon in Virgo. The Ten of Staffs is indicating that you are working very hard to wrap up and close out a whole series of tasks and expectations that have been expected from you by others, that address the needs and desires of others, and ones in which you primarily are not being served. You now recognize that your efforts, your monumental efforts to complete these obligations, does not serve you in the way that you desire. You are releasing this need to take care of things on behalf of others when your needs are not included. And this is a whole change of lifestyle, of expectation that you have been building upon and working towards for a very long time. The number 10 has come up repeatedly as a decade-long effort. And for many of you, this can be decades-long effort, depending on where you are in the wheel of life. This is about a change that you have emphatically had to make because of the drain and physical exhaustion, the mental and emotional exhaustion that this caretaking for others has had on you, had on your health, so that you are depleted and you cannot move on. And in part, that has been the impetus to release this style of working, of taking on responsibilities that does not work for you. In the 10th house, the house of your social position, we have the Three of Cups. And Cancer, this is something that I feel has been evident for you for a while. This support, this sharing of resources with others who have explored, who have had similar challenges as you, ways in which you have been able to be vulnerable with each other and share the support that telling your story, hearing the stories of others, being available to listen has provided, so that you recognize at the center, at the top of your world. This can also have to do with the kind of work you do. Somebody who counsels, who ministers, who listens to, who recognizes and gives support when support is needed. And the circle that creates of safety allows you to be less vulnerable, to feel less vulnerable, and to know that the obstacles you've overcome are the stories that others need to hear. That siren was a confirmation of this is a very characteristic power, Cancer, that you generally tend to have. And here you are applying it and serving an entire community with this superpower of caring and nurturing. In the first house, the Two of Swords indicates your perspective, your focus right now. The Two of Swords indicates that there's some information that's coming to you. You are feeling yourself to be at a crossroads, that you must make a choice about the way that you're moving. And no doubt it is relevant to this change that has been long coming for you. This Ten of Staffs energy, in which you have been making this lifestyle change as a result initially of your depletion, of the fact that it doesn't work for you, but it has become an an issue of alliance, an issue of authenticity around who you truly are, and allowing you to provide much of the caring and nurturing and support that you apply to other people to yourself. So this is precipitating a choice that you feel you must make, and that you actually are looking for more information about this choice, this decision. You recognize that the hardest aspect of making this decision is around information that is very close to you, too close to you, and that is hard to look at. And this may be some aspects of your own behavior that you are uncomfortable with, that you recognize even in your ability to care and to support others, you do not feel that you want to own those behaviors any longer. You may recognize in yourself the way in which you have engendered this pattern of taking care of others, privileging the desires and needs of others over yourself. In the fourth house, where we are at the place of our family, our roots, our conditioning, we have the Ace of Staffs. This is also our home with a capital H. The Ace of Staffs indicates a new direction, a new inspiration, new fire, new passion in your home, at your roots, in your family. This may be the result of these very changes that you are releasing in your life right now, these very lifestyle changes that you have been building towards. And despite the anguish that this is causing you, you are prepared in your heart to move passionately forward. This can be a new home, a new job, a new sense of family, an extension of family in a way that provides you with the joy and inspiration and interest, desire to learn new things that have been missing perhaps from your former experience of your community, of your family. In the seventh house, the Eight of Swords is in the area of our significant others, and that significant other can be ourselves. Here you are churning through all the strategies, opportunities, and possibilities, the anxiety that comes from the experiences perhaps that your significant others are having, their trials and tribulations, their challenges are being internalized by you as you try to provide that care, support that new direction that you want to make in your life in a way that suits and matches the needs of your significant relationships. This can be your feeling as though you have to come up with a plan, when in many ways I believe that your need to have a plan is part of the way that you're coping with the anxiety that this change is bringing in for you. There's the guilt when we make a change that we know others are not going to celebrate or applaud. And there are many ways in which you are trying to figure out how not to pull the rug out from under a significant partner based on changes you feel you need to make. In the first house, the Two of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. You're definitely longing to be released from the tension that you have been experiencing in either your work, your career, or in your social life, in your relationships. The change that you have been building towards, that you have been investing in, has really begun to make many things clear to you. One of the things that is very clear to you is the chaos that surrounds you in a place where you desire comfort, safety, and security. There's a sense that amongst a team, a peer, your family, or your intimates, you have difficulty being heard or even being seen. And the only resolution to finding the stability that you need in order to develop and experience this growth that you're seeking is to another place that will allow you to gain some peace, but also to accept the necessity for the challenges that you are facing, that you have been facing, in getting you where you are coming to. In the fourth house, the Ace of Staffs is clarified by the Eight of Swords, a repeat in the fifth house, and the Page of Swords in the sixth house. A lot of curiosity you have about the way that you have been working with others as you begin to increasingly see yourself as a peer, not seeing yourself as different or outside or exceptional in a way that has limited your ability to interact and has given permission for others to exploit your caring, your concern, your presence. This curiosity is allowing you to have these conversations with yourself, quite possibly with those more significant relationships, but also it is churning up this habit of overthinking, this habit of overanalysis. And this is part of what is occurring in this month. You are putting a lot of your creative energy into developing a plan, you believe, but that plan is really more an opportunity for you to work out a lot of the ideas and kinks in this new lifestyle that you are only now beginning to glimpse the possibilities of. The overthinking and over-analysis is coming to a head at this full moon on March the 7th. But it's also being counteracted to some degree by Saturn's movement into Pisces, which is allowing us to address our emotional boundaries around our beliefs. And this is giving you further opportunities for exploration, for curiosity, for inquiry into the way that you have been conducting your relationships, the way in which you are using yourself or allowing yourself to be used in order to create a plan, create a sense of control in an experience that has been far beyond your control. And in fact, where you have felt very controlled and manipulated by others. The Eight of Swords in the 7th house is clarified by the Knight of Cups in the 8th house and the 10 of Wands in the 9th house. The 10 of Staffs is a repeat of the 10 of Wands. So we now have 2 10 of Wands, 2 8 of Swords. And these are describing this intense agony, anxiety, worry, concern, fretting, I would call this, to a large extent. But it's not baseless fretting. It's simply your the last gasp in this in your pattern of addressing the needs of others, finding answers for others, even if those answers are addressing how you are changing, how you are pulling away, how you're prioritizing your needs over the needs of others. You're solving the problem for others. And in part, you're doing that because you have a natural capacity for an intuition for the needs of others. And as you are making way for this greater attention and care to your own needs and desires, your own creative imagination, You are continuing to see, or you're recognizing how you provide the same kind of healing that you are gaining for yourself. You're attempting to do that for others. And this is causing a lot of dissonance in your experience because it's impossible for you at this time to really separate yourself from others in the way that you may feel called to do. However, the Three of Cups in this in your 10th house is indicating that the superpower that you have to nurture, to care, to be attentive to heal, to help, to listen, is really being clarified by the Seven of Pentacles in the 11th house and the Queen of Wands in the 12th house. Interesting. So yes, your ability to care, to stay curious, not only about the impact of these changes in your life, but the way your change in lifestyle and habit and behavior is impacting others, is giving you this opportunity to evaluate the bigger picture. You are understanding where you have invested in the past and the returns you've received on those, and you're really looking to improvement, recognizing that you are on the path that is suitable, aligned, and authentic for you. This process itself is gaining you confidence, is really amplifying this beautiful, passionate energy, this creative energy, and this desire to grow in a way that is drawing those that have something to contribute to this new inspiration, this new passion, this new creative and imaginative ability that you are giving voice to. You are drawing those resources, those peers to you that look to you for motivation because you're motivated. They're bowing to your leadership capacity, even if that leadership is slightly behind the throne. I'm going to finish off this reading, Cancer, with an oracle card. If you've enjoyed this reading, if you find my reading useful, please like and subscribe to Pacific Tarot. I appreciate you, and I pulled self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. I hope this has been helpful to you. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, namaste.